Good morning, everybody. Today is another Team Heart Live Facebook Challenge day, and it's a beautiful, gorgeous sunny morning in the Pacific Northwest. And in my house, it's total silence, which I so love. Like, there is nobody here. There's nobody crashed on a couch somewhere. There's no one playing video games somewhere. It's just total quiet. Everyone left this morning at like 5:30, and just having a quiet morning to myself. And hello, my coffee with my chocolate curb in it is the most peaceful thing ever. Like, it's just totally setting my morning off to a great start. But what I wanted to share with you today, it might kind of be a little bit all over the place because my mind's kind of going all over the place. Good morning, Becky. Love you. So have you ever noticed that if you do something for a living, that people think that if they know you, they should get that for free? Like, let me explain that. So like, my friend Kim, who's always done massages for years and years and years. Like, as soon as someone finds out she gives massages, they start asking her if they can get a massage from her. Could she come over? Could she do this? Could she do that? And sometimes they're willing to pay, but more often than not, if they know her, they want that friends and family discount. And, you know, they'd just probably like to have it for free. So, you know, there's... my husband, he's kind of a handyman. He does a lot of stuff, and he works on cars and he does a lot of different things. And then people are always like, hey, come help me. Hey, come do this. But they're not always willing to pay him for that. They just want his assistance. And I think that there is a time and a place to give assistance. But there's also like people just wanting something from you because they know that you offer it, and they just want to take advantage of that. And, for me, I'm a corporate event planner. So what do? I plan parties. So when someone wants a creative idea, if somebody wants to know where to find a resource for something, I get all kinds of emails and messages and things, and they're like, hey, where do I find, these linens? Where do I find, the best DJ? Where do I find, a good caricature artist or whatever? And I don't mind sharing. As a matter of fact, we've built our company on the philosophy that call and ask us. We are a resource for you. But that's my company. Like, it's not me personally. And, they aren't coming through work channels. They're just tagging me and saying, hey, I've got this 50th birthday party coming up for my parents, and I'd really like to know where, who's a good caterer in town. Like, yes, I can give that information over, and I don't mind doing it most of the time. But sometimes I think people need to realize when they're taking advantage of something. And, I guess I heard someone say this a couple days ago, which is why it's kind of resonating in my head, was, why would I give you something, why would I give it to you for free when I charge people over here for the same information? And the lady who was talking about it was actually the psychic medium, and she was talking about, being out in the world with her gift, and how everyone, as soon as they find out she's a medium, they want information from her. And, that's a gift, something that she's giving into the world, but it's also a way that she's making money. And so I just kind of been sitting with that thought of like, what is it that we give, and we give freely out of our heart? And what is it that we do because we're trying to earn an income in this world? And, and do people get offended about that? Like, do people get upset if they know that you sell cars, but they want you to get you one for, $1,500 when it's normally $6,000? Things like that. Like, if you, whatever your job is, whatever your skill set is, is it, where is that line, I guess I'm trying to find out, of gifting it into the world and making money from your skills and your talents, because I think they're both necessary. I just don't know where that line is sometimes. So that's one of my thoughts for the day, and which kind of tagged into my other thing, which is, we're supposed to have our 30th class reunion this year. And hi, Deanne, one of my classmates. And all these people have been talking about it, but no one wanted to do anything about it. And I kind of tried to get everyone together and get feedback and ideas, and still it wasn't really going anywhere. And so I kind of went out and found a venue and got a menu and got an idea of what to do. And then I, put it out there like, hey, I need 100 people, 50 classmates and significant others to commit. And I need a firm commitment, or I can't, extend the money out to rent the hall and do all these things. And there is some who have responded, but not 50, definitely not 100 that I would need to commit to this. And so I'm kind of sitting here frustrated because it's a month and a half away from the date that I put out there. And I don't want to give up on it, because there's the people who really do want to get together and have a good time and see each other and catch up. And then there's, the group that may or may not participate, but still want to know what's going on. So I don't know. I'm kind of at that thing of, work with what is, not what I want it to be, because me as a corporate planner, I could, do a really cool party. I could have all kinds of entertainment, and I could have, a really top-notch dinner, and, nice linens and the whole works. But, that's what I do for a living, and I charge for that. Not only that, but I have a budget to work with, and I have, the ability to, know that it's going to cost this much, and I'm going to make everything I want fit in that package. And I can't get anyone to commit to a $50 dinner per person at this point. And I'm like, what is going on here? I realize I live in the county and that my job is in Seattle, but it's not that big of a difference. And Whatcom County is one of the richest counties in the state. So why is it so difficult for people to understand, to have, if you go to a restaurant and you have a nice night out, you're spending $50 to $100 per couple. So why is there so much drag on the other end when it's like arranging a party for a group of people that everyone's like, oh yeah, I don't know if that's going to work in my budget. I don't even know what to do at this point. I feel very frustrated with the whole process. But I do know that the key to being a good event planner is work with what you have. And so, I don't know what that's going to look like. I might change it up completely and do something radically different than what I was originally working towards. I'll know in the next few days what I'm going to do on that. But, it's just all those things that they all kind of tie in together. Everyone in the group's like, well, Trina's an event planner. Well, did anyone think that maybe I'd like to come to the party and be a guest at a party and not the planner at the party? It's not always about, using your skill. Sometimes I want to be the guest, and I don't get that opportunity very often. So just feeling a little frustrated with that whole thing. Let's see. There was one other thing I wanted to share today. Oh, mountains out of molehills. People, I can be as guilty as the next person about taking what is a little molehill and making it this big giant mountain that I can't overcome. And I do not understand why we do that to ourselves. We put all this stress on ourselves. We put all this pressure to have a picture look a certain way. And we immediately go into doom and gloom when it's not what we wanted or not what we expected. And then we take what is maybe a small issue and we blow it up into this big, giant mountain of an issue. And I don't understand why we do that. And we do it so often, like so often. There are certain things in life that are definitely, they are mountains and they are our challenges, and they're like put in front of us for God to show us the way through, and without a doubt. But then there are those things that we make mountains that aren't really mountains. They aren't really even these giant issues, but we've decided that they are. And let me tell you something. If you've made that true for you, no one is going to show you differently. Because truth is what you define for yourself. And I know that's a hard thing to understand, but even when you're caught in a situation and people all around you have answers for you, they're giving you feedback, they've got answers for you, they're giving you guidance on a way through your situation, we can literally just shut the door, turn the lights off, and say closed for business, because in our mind, it's never going to happen. It's our problem. It's just too big to be solved. It's too big to be resolved. And that is so not the case. And we need to really help each other get past that and do better at not shutting the door on inspiration and divine guidance. And it comes from every direction. So I kind of just been a little bit all over the board today, and it's just the things percolating in my mind as I kind of have some downtime to myself this morning. But I hope you all have a fantastic day today and a productive week this week, and that you get to go out and enjoy this gorgeous sunshine, because we are on the countdown to fall, which I happen to be excited about. Can't wait for fall. But I'm going to be sad to see some of these beautiful sunshiny days go. So get out and enjoy them while you can. Take those walks, go to the ocean, enjoy it, because we live in the Pacific Northwest. We're minutes from the ocean. Go and sit at the water's edge and let it calm you. Go hike up in the mountains while they're not covered in snow completely anyway, because we live by Mount Baker and it is covered in snow. But go out and enjoy and experience what the beauty of the Pacific Northwest is, while it's still not rainy and windy and cold. And if anyone's got recommendations for me or suggestions or things they would like to see me talk about in the next couple of days while I'm still doing these, please comment below. I would love to, give you what you're looking for, especially since you guys have been following me for almost 90 days now. So have a great day. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.